Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Make It Anyways. We've got a really great episode for you this week, all about crafty hangs.
I love a crafty hang. We're talking about like long crafty hangs, like if you want to spend an entire weekend with friends just doing crafty endeavors. We're also going to talk about just like a little short crafty hang. It's kind of like just getting together with friends and having fun.
Hi, I'm Cecilia of Fish on the Rise.
And I'm Teresa of Joyberry Studios.
And we're two sisters who love crafting.
We wanted to find a fun way to document our makes and things that we're passionate about.
This podcast is just a chill hangout for anyone who loves making stuff, whether it's sewing, knitting, baking, or just getting crafty.
We don't take ourselves too seriously, and we're all about tackling new projects and learning new skills.
We don't focus on perfect, we focus on making it anyways and having fun along the way.
It's like a creative catch-up with friends who relate to the joy of being creative.
Just crafty chats, cozy vibes, no pressure.
Welcome to our podcast, Make It Anyways.
So let's dive into today's episode. Teresa, what's your current project?
Okay, so I've been seeing on social media, a lot of people have been doing like applique, and I feel like it's really in, and I think it's a great way to use up scraps and also just like infuse a little bit of creativity into your wardrobe. So I have been inspired to do some applique. I sewed up another Nora tank, and I'm working on doing like these applique moths on it. I really love moths. I'm in my moth and bird era right now.
Yes, you are.
So I'm really excited to see how this turns out and my first attempt at applique.
Very exciting.
Cecilia, what is your current project?
Currently, I am working on restoring our grandma's typewriter.
Oh my goodness.
From the 1940s.
The 40s. Can you even get like supplies for it?
Yes, you can. It's hard to find, but I did find it. So I am going to get new ribbon, and I have to get mineral spirits to clean it out, and some sewing machine lubricant. So we'll have some of that hanging around.
Okay,
dual duty for us. To get that, in tip-top shape and working again. So I'm very excited.
That is so fun. What are you going to do on the typewriter?
I think I'm going to write my to-do lists on the typewriter.
I was literally just thinking about that. I'm like, if I had a typewriter, what would I do? I would write my to-do list on it.
My to-do list, I write, me and my partner exchange notes almost like daily. Like we write notes on a little whiteboard. So I thought maybe I could do some typewriter notes.
That's
and just,
so cute.
Maybe I'll mail some postcards to your kids.
I love that. I love that. It's so funny. One thing that I thought about doing this summer is I kind of wanted to like have better handwriting. Mm-hmm. I feel like this kind of goes along the same
art.
It is a lost
days.
art. Our mom has beautiful handwriting, and sometimes I like read letters from like people who are like much older, or they're just older letters, and the handwriting and the script is just like beautiful. Gorgeous. And I will say I have legible handwriting. Mm-hmm. You can very much easily like read my handwriting, but it's not pretty. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, man, what if I just like worked on getting better handwriting? What would I have my better handwriting for? My to-do list.
Yes, your to-do list.
Yes, but my daughter is really starting to write her letters and stuff like that. She's learning, so that's how they look. Like she's learning.
Yeah.
And it was like hard for me to like kind of explain like, well, you want to practice writing them so you can read them really well. Mm-hmm. But then I was kind of like, oh, this is so funny. Well, maybe I should also work on my handwriting.
Aww, a little group activity for you.
Yes, it's cute. Anyways, moving on. Since we are talking on this episode all about crafty hangs, I thought our fun question to start off the episode could be about if you were going on a crafting retreat, what would you want to spend like a whole entire weekend or week doing?
Okay.
Or learning about? A deep dive.
I think some hobbies that I have that I don't practice enough is something that I would focus on. So I would really like to do like photography.
Okay.
And
film or digital?
I would be open to both.
Okay.
Maybe I would prefer film, and then like some sun printing would be fun in there too, obviously. Or like tintypes, that would be cool.
Okay.
Or I would love to do like a bookmaking retreat. I think that would be so much fun.
I love bookmaking. I kind of want to get into bookmaking this summer.
Yes, we should.
For my new handwriting exercises.
There we go.
I can make a book for that.
Okay, Teresa, what about you? What crafting retreat would you do?
Okay, so one time I found this like woodworking retreat where you'd go and you'd spend a week and you'd make like a really fun chair.
Oh, wow, a chair.
A chair. And
God.
it was kind of like
a
one of
lot.
those like dining room chairs with the spindles and stuff. And it was not just like some like 2x4 patio chair. No, this
Doesn't
was
sound
like,
like it.
this was a beautiful chair. And I think that would just be like so fun. Woodworking is one of those things where you have to have like so many supplies.
So many tools.
And I feel like you really need like a teacher guiding you.
Yeah.
Like if you had a teacher with you, you would learn so much faster than if you were just like YouTubing. So I feel like if I could do like a woodworking crafting retreat like that, that'd be really cool.
I'll join you.
Yes, perfect.
So not everyone has all the time in the world to get away for a weekend and craft with their friends, you know, in the middle of the mountains, but there are other options available to be able to craft with others. For instance, classes
Absolutely.
can be a great way to craft with your friends and meet new crafty friends.
I love that, getting the crafting community together. So we live in Columbus, Ohio, and last night I just went on like the Columbus Parks and Rec page, and it's funny because when you think of Parks and Rec, you think of like parks, maybe some like athletic leagues or something like that, but no, they have the most impressive lineup of like creative classes that you can
really
take.
do.
They have the simple, like the basic ones, kind of like, I don't know, like clay, doing different pottery. They have like drawing, painting, but they also have things like copper enameling. I don't even know what that is. They also have lapidary, which I had never even heard of that word before.
It sounds like a bird, to be honest.
It does sound like a bird, but it's literally, I had to look it up. It's like if you take a stone and you like polish it and shape it, like you can take that kind of class there. They have bookmaking classes, drawing classes, stained glass classes, fused glass classes. Like they have so many classes that you can take. And since they're through like the Columbus Parks and Rec, they are not incredibly expensive either.
They're very affordable, and they also have classes for different age ranges.
Absolutely.
So, like you have to be 50 plus for some classes or 18 and under for some classes. So you know, those in your life that are of different ages and maybe looking to make more friends their age, that could be an option too for your local community centers.
Absolutely. I just actually wrapped up a clay class. I took like a hand building pottery class. I took 2 sessions of it and I had like the best time ever. And I made so many different things and I just like had so much fun. It was a great experience, but I think it was only like maybe it was $120 for me to sign up for like a 6-week class, and it included all of the materials.
That's amazing.
Which I felt like was pretty good. And it was 1 time a week for like 3 hours. So I felt like you also got enough time to like really dive into it, which is great.
So you can also find a lot of classes that you can take through your local craft shops. We here in Columbus are so fortunate to have so many different craft shops that offer a variety of different classes for us to take. So for instance, So to Speak,
Absolutely.
always has amazing classes going on.
And their class schedule is like very full, like
very diverse.
Yes, I love that about them too. They have simple, like if you just want to learn to sew, they have classes for that. If you want to like learn how to make your own patterns, they also have classes for that. They have mending classes, and then they also even have like knitting and crochet and sashiko and embroidery. I mean, they have like so many different really cool kinds of classes you can take.
We also have another local craft shop that does exclusively classes called Good Day Craft School here in Columbus. I actually took their ring making course, so I was able to make like 2 stackable rings, and I wear them daily.
That's so
I
fun.
love them so much.
And I feel like also if you take like a jewelry making class, it's like high quality metals.
It
like
is.
they do not turn green or anything
They
like that.
do not turn green at all. They're like really high quality. Like I wear them every single day since I made them.
Awesome.
But they also do other things like perfume, and they do leather bag making, these stackable rings. They do gem rings as well. So
I also saw they do
a little
like
bit different.
They do stained glass as well, and I saw one where it's like you make a portrait of your pet in stained glass.
Yes,
and I
it's
just
so
thought
cute.
that's like so fun and so like original and really really cool.
They also do like really good themed ones. They had like during the holidays they had a open house where you could sign up to make snowflakes.
Oh, that's so fun.
And you just like put in the number of snowflakes that you wanted, and you showed up whenever they were open that day to make your snowflakes.
Wait, I want to do that this year.
Yeah,
we should
definitely
do that. Absolutely.
It was really cool.
There's also this store called Woodcraft. It's actually like a national chain here in the US, and they have a bunch of like woodworking supplies, and they also host a bunch of different classes.
So many classes.
So many classes. You can even make like a side table there. They have a lot of like pen turning. So you like make a pen, but you like turn the barrel out of wood, which is really cool. They also have like bowl turning, and you can make like cutting boards. They have a lot of like parent-child classes, which I think is also super cute. So yeah, tons of options if you want to take a class.
Wherever you live, just take a look, like do a little good thorough Google search of all your craft stores and all your community centers to see what they offer.
Absolutely.
And in Columbus, we are like so lucky to have so many options.
Absolutely. So I do think we will recognize that sometimes it can be expensive to take classes. Also, sometimes it can just like not work out in your schedule to take a class. And if you're in that situation, you should not feel left out. There are still many different ways that you can have a crafty hang with friends. So one thing that I think is fun is I've seen like a lot of places will offer like stitch nights.
I love stitch night. I've gone to a couple of them actually at So to Speak. And they are a lot of fun because they're no cost, at least at So to Speak they are. They're no cost, and you just get to like sit around and hang out for an hour and a half with a bunch of like-minded people and meet new people. So it's a really great way to like build community. And we have a ton of stores, craft stores around us that offer stitch night. So like you could find one every single week to go to if you really try.
That would be nice. That sounds up my alley.
You could also just do like stitch night with your friends.
Yes, absolutely. I would not frown down upon like if I saw somebody knitting at a bar.
Oh, no. Like
if anything, I would go and join them.
Yeah.
I'd ask questions about their project,
That's actually happened to me before.
Oh, really? Wait, tell.
I put my name in at Rusty Bucket, one of the restaurants here, and my partner was meeting me. They were like somewhere else, so they were meeting me, and they were going to be like 20 minutes, so I just sat down and started knitting my sock, and someone came up, and they were like, oh, what are you doing? And then I talked to them for like 20 minutes about knitting.
I love that.
It's so much fun.
I also just find it is like so fun to kind of like support other creatives by like asking them about their projects, or even just like giving them like a little compliment and stuff like that. I feel like that is just so powerful and supportive and like encouraging for people to go on with their craftiness. Yeah.
I also feel like stitch night with your friends are like underrated. So anytime me and my friends hang out, we like always are bringing a project, and like someone's just working on a project like whenever we're hanging out, which is like ideal.
Yeah,
so just like start that trend with your friends.
Absolutely. I also think it like gives you something to do. I recently went on a little trip with some of my girlfriends from high school, and we like got to the cabin and we like chatted for an hour, and then they were like, so what do you guys want to do? And I'm like, oh, well, I've been sitting here working on my own project. I brought multiple projects to work on. Thankfully, I brought a puzzle for all of like my non-crafty friends to do, but yeah, they were just like twiddling their thumbs. I'm like, you always need a to-go project. A to-go project.
Yes. And we have an episode all about crafting on the go. So if you need some inspiration, listen to that one.
Oh, yeah.
So often when my friends and I are hanging out doing our crafty like knitting together or handcrafts, we will turn on a crafty show just to set the vibe.
I think it's so fun to pair like a fun show with doing something crafty with friends. I think one time we got together and we just watched like the Martha Stewart documentary.
Yes, we did.
Because she's a crafty. She's like the OG crafty girl.
She is the OG crafty girl.
And it was fascinating. I think it's on Netflix, and we really like that. Another show that I really like that's also on Netflix it's called Abstract, The Art of Design, but they literally like do a beautiful job interviewing like architects or people who design shoes or people who do like murals and stuff like that, and it kind of brings you through their like design process and thought process and what it's like to do all these creative endeavors like on a really professional scale, and that show is fascinating.
That one sounds really good. There's also Making It with Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler.
That one's hilarious.
Can't go wrong.
That's a good one.
We love Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler. Also, the Great Pottery Throwdown. If you're into pottery, that's a great option. Blown Away, which is all about glass blowing.
I feel like those are all like kind of like reality competition kind of shows. Also, same thing with the Great British Sewing Bee.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
That one? Okay, I love that one. I would try to watch that one on like YouTube because here in the US it's really hard for us to get those, but those have recently launched on the Roku channel.
Oh, thank God.
So I don't know much about the Roku channel. I've only like opened it since I heard that they have the Great British Sewing Bee.
Maybe your friends are all busy and you just need someone to body double with when you craft.
I have no idea what this term means.
It's just like with kids it's called parallel play.
Oh.
Yes.
Isn't that like every single crafting hang?
Yes. But if your friends are busy,
unless you're doing like a group craft project, but usually that's not the case.
No, that is. But if your friends are all busy and you're just by yourself,
okay.
There are options too. Like on YouTube, there is just an endless amount of like crafting videos and like craft with me. So
oh yeah,
you should definitely check those out if you know you're crafting by yourself.
Absolutely. I also feel like they have like a lot of tutorials and stuff that are maybe just fun to watch to kind of see like the possibilities, but you don't necessarily need to see like the nitty gritty like breakdown of every single step.
I love those. They're like halfway between tutorial and halfway between like vlog almost.
Yes.
And they're so much fun. That's what I like to do when I'm crafting by myself.
Oh, good plug there. So maybe you do have like the time and the resources and the interest to take like a much longer crafting retreat, and you can like definitely hire these out. So I just did some like quick Googling and I came across this company called Creative Experiences, and they're like crafting retreats in Europe. So you can go to like
amazing.
you can go to like Scotland and do like weaving
for
a week, and then they have like
Go
painting.
pick out your sheep, you know.
Yes, they have like instead of just embroidery, it's like silk embroidery, and it's
luxurious.
like 3D beaded flowers that just look like beautiful, and like lace making. So there are some like very, very serious crafting retreats that you can also take. I also saw like the Mark Adams School. He does more like metalworking and woodworking, where you can like go and you take like an intensive class where you just like build a guitar, for example.
Amazing.
It's so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I love that. So that is definitely like one option of where you could maybe take a longer crafting retreat.
You can also do retreats just with your friends.
Yes. Okay. So I have seen there are like quilting retreats and also like scrapbooking retreats. And I feel like grannies are like the OG crafting retreat people.
Are. My best friend was just telling me about how her mom goes on a scrapbooking retreat for a week.
That is hilarious. I just like love that. But I have seen on Instagram some of the quilters that I follow, and I see them do like their prep for their quilting retreats. So sometimes they'll just like cut all of their squares. So when they go to the retreat, they just have to like sew and assemble.
Oh, that's great.
And they show like the bobbins they've pre-spun for their quilting retreat, and it just seems like so fun. I actually saw in Lancaster, Ohio, which is just like south of Columbus.
I think this is where her scrapbooking retreat is.
It probably is.
Yes.
They have like 2 buildings that are just specifically for these crafting retreats. They look so fun, and they're just like built up like these big buildings that kind of have like bunks, and then like this big common area with so many tables to work
that's the
at.
problem. That's what you need. You need a lot of tables for a crafting weekend.
Yes. So Cecilia and I actually just finished up our first like longer crafting weekend, and it was a ton of fun. We went down to Hocking Hills, which is just like this beautiful, nice wooded area with lots of hiking trails.
It's a state park.
It's beautiful. Lots of cabins down there. So we rented a cabin, invited a few friends, and then our invitation was just like bring something crafty.
Yeah. Come like escape for a weekend and focus on crafting.
But one thing I made sure of when we were packing, I was like, we have to bring folding tables, because we all brought sewing machines and we brought a serger and an ironing board and everything. But we wanted to keep the dining room table kind of more open so we could still eat at it and not set up like permanent
And like
sewing
do
machines.
small crafts at it too for everyone. So
yes. And it was fun. Like there was a large variety of crafts that people people did. Some people did like sewing. Other people did, somebody was doing weaving. Somebody was writing like haikus, which was super fun.
On a typewriter. Hence why I got a typewriter.
Yes. What else was there? There was embroidery. One of our friends was making like little fairy houses.
Some crochet,
knitting.
A little bit of everything, really, painting, like drawing. It was really great to see, just all the different things that people brought. And for me and my friend that came, it was a great opportunity. We had a project that we wanted to work on together.
Absolutely.
So it was a great opportunity to just like sit down and accomplish this project together, which I thought was really cool.
It was really fun. Yeah. One other thing that we thought about is like when we got there, we wanted to like just be able to focus on our crafts. So we did a pretty good job, I feel like, of prepping food beforehand.
The prep of everything really is the key. Like prepping the food is important.
And then just making sure you have like all of your supplies that you're going to need, because you can't just like super easily run to the craft store to get something.
No, you can't.
I also think it's nice if you can bring like one big project that maybe you're working on and want to make some progress on, but then also like some smaller projects. So if you get a little burned out on that one bigger one, you can still like do something creative as a little palette cleanser.
Yes. I do think it's important to be a little bit more realistic with everything that you can get done in one weekend. You're always gonna think like, oh, I can get 6 projects done, but like, no, you're gonna maybe finish one.
No. And it's funny because I think about a year ago, we did our own little mini crafting retreat, just the two of us, and Cecilia just like came and spent the night at my house. And we just spent like the night before working on crafts and like the next day working on crafts, and I think we sewed the Donnie shirt.
Yes, we only sewed a singular shirt, but I think I brought like 6 projects.
Oh yeah, I think we were like super ambitious with what we were going to accomplish.
We were like, we're going to do a Donnie top, we'll do a Nora tank, we'll do this dress. No, we got one thing done.
Yes, it was like a new pattern for both of us, and it had a collar and stuff, so it was like a little bit more intense. But yeah, I think we tried to do another project, but yours was a fail.
Oh yeah, mine was a fail.
So, but it was fun.
It was fun, and they are always fun, no matter if you're doing something small, like just taking a class at your local rec center or your local crafting store. But it's also so much fun to gather your friends and do a crafting weekend at your house, or even if you're able to, run away to a cabin so everyone can forget about all their worries for the weekend and just focus on crafting.
I think one of the best things about like the creative community is that there is a community behind it, and being able to spend time with like-minded people who just like want to encourage you to be creative and can help you with ideas and everything like that, like is what makes our community so strong and what I love so much about it. So taking the time to craft with others, I think is just so important.
And so special. So if this episode has inspired you to schedule your crafting weekend, you totally should. Just bite the bullet and do it. Invite your friends over to spend a night crafting, and
or maybe just sign up for that class you've been eyeing for a long time.
Sign up for that bookmaking class, Cecilia, that I've been eyeing for like a year and a half.
Exactly. That I sent you the link to last night.
I know. I need to sign up. Well, lovely. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Make It Anyways. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment about all the crafting classes that you want to sign up for.
And next week, we're going to talk all about our summer crafts that we are looking forward to.
Love
so
summer.
Come join us for that episode as well.